Hello chess friends and welcome to your Zaros chess channel. Welcome to my advanced chess theory and to another part of the King's Indian, the Petrosian variation. Today, if you saw my previous videos, this was 3 videos with the sacrifice of the queen in the Petrosian variation. But today I'm gonna show you a little bit more positional approach to the game, and I'll show you a game. It was played this year between Mark Tyler Arnold and Alexander Shimanov. Shimanov with the black pieces, two very strong grandmasters, and this is I think a more classical line of the Petrosian variation. It happens more often, so let's see. Again, the setup with d4, knight f6, knight f3, g6, c4, bishop to g7, knight to c3, castling, e4, d6, bishop to e2, e5, and now d5, and again a5, bishop to g5, h6, bishop to h4, knight a6, bishop, knight to d2, and here I recommend you, because in my previous video you saw white doesn't have to play this b3 move. He doesn't have to do that. So this is a more positional setup. You see, now you bring the queen out of the pin of the bishop, and now you can transpose your knight to h7 and then push your f5 idea, which is the main idea in the King's Indian. So I said it before, this knight on h6 prevents something like knight on b5, because it's protecting this c7 pawn, so you don't worry about that. So this is the main idea here, to play this knight from f6, move it away, and play f5. So now Mark Tyler Arnold castled, and now comes here knight to h7, and of course with the preparation of f5. So now white plays f3, again with this transposition of this bishop to f2 maybe, and then creating some pressure on c5, so he needs to get an attack on the queen side. But now it's a little bit different, because white has to play a3 and b4, so couple of tempos, and even maybe with the preparation with b3, I'll show you in a couple moves what's the importance here. And now you see black plays this very good move. I analyzed often this variation, and this h5, it's really a great move. It's sort of a prophylactic move, because now the threat is, of course, you can play g5 and again, and even h4. So you see now the bishop here on h4 is not so good anymore, because it covers the diagonal that there are no pieces. So, and it's an object of black's attack. It becomes from a very good piece, it becomes an object of the attack of black. So now here white tries to counterattack now on the queen side, but now you have again this bishop to d7. I said before in my previous videos, if something b4 happens, now we can take and with the knight, and the rook is protected by the queen. So with this bishop on c8, it wasn't covering the rook. So now here comes the preparation. Now you see it's a little bit slow here for white, although the position is equal, but in the strategical plan I think many moves here he played. Now eventually the rook has to come on b1, and then you can play b4. So again, 2 moves, and you see here from our King's Indian perspective that I've showed in my previous videos, and from the orthodox line and from previous videos, I think black is faster on the attack here. Of course, I said it's an equal position, but from a strategical point of view, I think you understand what I'm trying to say, that black is faster on the attack. And now Shimanov uses now this good diagonal, and he showed me really I think it was a very good game by him. Now he uses this diagonal, and even if the dark square bishop would be trade because white has these weaknesses around the king on the dark squares. So, and you see these pawns are on the dark squares in an eventual endgame. It means if you trade these bishops, then you will be continuing with the game with the better bishop, with this light square bishop. So you see, again, if you saw my video from the Slav defense, the relation between pawns and bishops, if you even trade these bishops, the dark square bishops, so black would be sort of in advance here. So now comes this rook to b1 idea, again with the preparation of b4, of course. But now Shimanov uses this tempo on the king, and I said if he plays bishop to2, you don't mind to trade the bishops. But white played king to h1, and again Shimanov played very active. Now knight on c5. You see, in previous, if white hadn't played this b3, a4, of course, possibilities to totally block queen side, and b3 is sort of a preparation. But now comes this queen to c2, and now of course black played f5, straightforward. And now, of course, you see it's sort of this potential of the attack on the bishop is still here. So now g5 threats are of course, and now after b4, white eventually gets his attack on the queen side. Pardon me. We had rook to b1. Sorry about that. And now f5, b4. White took on b4, and now black maneuvers his knight on a6. Of course, possibilities are also here to play the knight on a4, but that would be after move like knight on b5. If white doesn't exchange it, then if you take, then it would be left an open c file. So I think it was a good idea, good decision from black to play here the knight on a6. So now white attacks the bishop, but of course, again, support f4. He has this very good diagonal now here, this whole diagonal covered by the bishop, and of course g5 threats, of course, I said it again. Now comes this knight on d1, and black is of course isn't giving up his bishop, of course, for the exchange here. So, and with the tempo on g5, eventually now comes bishop to e1, and now bishop to a7. You see, again, don't analyze this game so much by the computer. The position is equal here, but you see, from our human perspective, I think black is better here. So now comes knight to b3, and of course black pushes straightforward on the attack on the king with this move b4. Now finally in move 24, white gets what he wants. He managed to push this c5, but now comes this queen to g6. So you see this maneuver from queen to e8 to g6 is common in this types of variation. Of course, with the flexible rook position, he can, when the rook can transpose on the hg or f file. So the queen is covering the g file, and that's why white wanted to get the rook on the same file that the queen is on. But that was his mistake. You see, again, no breathing space for the king. He is crowded. He gets a crowded situation around him. So you see, multiple pieces are on the back rank. So that's not good. And here is where black managed to get control of the game. Now, of course, again, this maneuver of this idea of g3, and of course now, well, white tried somehow getting some here attack, somehow get into the game and maybe take the knight. But of course now the queen comes to dark squares into the game. It's a common setup in orthodox systems where the queen came through from d8 to h4, and that's the idea here again. But now it was a different path of the queen. So now, well, white tried here to sacrifice his knight. It's not so bad of a move, but yeah, of course, if white takes, then he gets his attack stop. So then the king would be in safety, and sort of troubles would be here for white. So here black also gave up a piece. So he thought, at least I can get something out of it. So now after taking, now take the bishop, and now it's a different kind of threat of taking this knight, because now the pawn would be supported by the bishop, and of course taking a piece or a bishop or a rook. So after that, Arnold played the knight on h3, and again you see now the queen comes in this dangerous area, and the threat is of course to take the knight on h3. So now white took, but it's too slow now. Now black took this knight on h3, and of course now the rook, and you see it's a losing game for white, because now of course this pawn would be taken, and if the pawn takes, then the pawn again, and with the support, and it's mate in couple moves. So let's see the setup. I recommend you here, I said it before, in this now this move is important, this queen to e8, and followed by this important move. I want you to remember it. It's an important move. This let's see in a couple moves. Now this idea of h5. So h5, it was such a good discovery for me, because I managed to get some good games out of it. And you see, it's still a forward move, but it has a different kind of threat here on the king. So no, not to play f5 immediately with this with his standard attack. And I think Alexander Shimanov showed a very good line that it's applicable for these types of variations. So thank you for watching. More videos from the King's Indian art to come, and chess is the best, guys. See you later.